Welcome everyone. This is Acid Roots. I've got some Justin Timberlake to talk about. And this is his 2006 album, FutureSex LoveSounds. So this came out. It lasted for a couple years after it came out in fall of 2006. He had a few number ones, and things just really blew up in quite a big way. And I think this album went platinum a few times over. So what I thought about this is usually he had some pretty big hits. He was in a boy band earlier, and he dropped one prior album before this. And the thing was that this was pretty hypnotic. I mean, he had a really strong batch of radio songs, but the exciting part is that there's more than just "Sexy Back" and "My Love." Two of which were songs that were heard quite a bit just about 10 years ago. The reason why I'm doing this is because I like R&B, but the problem with it is today's R&B, you put a rapper on the song and you've got enough to put out a CD, and that's all it takes. So really, I feel like some records are able to do this, and this was one that this is probably going to get a high social score just because there were so many hits off of it, but also also yeah, I mean it's pretty hypnotic. I mean, the way that this was made is it just has like a lazy, syrupy feel to it, and it's unexpected for R&B to kind of have some of this bounce to it. Really 2006, was pretty. I remember it not being a good year for rap, and so this was something that brought back rhythm and blues and that sort of thing. This is kind of a pop album, but it does feel like maybe 30% rap, 40%. So, can you smoke to this? The answer is 3-6 Mafia shows up on Chop Me Up. I feel like Sexy Back, Sexy Ladies, these are some great ones. There's 12 songs on here. These are just a few. So the production, like I was saying, is the kind of southern bounce, and um, what else? The hypnotic type idea behind it. It's kind of like, it just keeps your eye on the ball, and I'm doing a clock obviously, but that's what it does. It just, your eyes are going to be following it just because of how much some of this production on here works. One I want to point out is "Sexy Ladies." This is one of such songs, but then also "Love Stone." These are two really good songs that you may not have heard, but they just are hypnotizing. And I'd also recommend "Summer Love," but that kind of bleeds into the unheard songs, which are songs that you may not have heard, but you probably need to listen to. So most people, I think, bought this album just for the songs that they heard on the radio when they saw the videos and that sort of thing. But the main thing is despite the 3-4 more hits that came off of this release, there are some album cuts that are extremely good. So I like 7 out of 12 songs, and those 7 songs were "Sexy Back," "Sexy Ladies," "My Love," "Love Stone," well, "Chop Me Up," and "Summer Love." So those were the 5 songs that I liked. I'm not gonna. "Love Stone" was not one of them, but we'll talk about that in a second. So, "Sexy Back," great club song, really works extremely well. "My Love" is another good one. Both of these are in the club sounding and outgoing. In your car, makes the system jump, all sorts of that type sound. They're outgoing records, and it works doubly as well because it's made for females, but the thing is, "Sexy Ladies," "Chop Me Up," two songs may not be as popular, I do feel like both of these have like that same energy, even though it's a strange type word for it, and I'm looking for it right now. I want to say it has like a pincing type feel to it. I don't even know if that's the right word. I mean, it's the type of song that surprises you when you hear it, but you can't believe that you haven't heard it before. And so that's kind of the thing, is you realize, hey, what else is on the CD besides the hits? And then it's like, yeah, those are the type songs that you're gonna find. And another one is Summer Love, that does that extremely well. So those three songs that I have mentioned to you are the ones to go for. But it doesn't stop there. There's two almost songs, which are basically songs that I was kind of on the fence about, but I think I'll probably end up liking more later. So those two songs are Love Stoned and Until the End of Time. So Until the End of Time, that one was a radio song, but it's so different from the rest of the album. It's got a different mood to it. And then Love Stone really felt like a summertime song. So these are things to pay attention to. Alright, so the score, because I like 7 out of 12, I'm going to give this album a 6.5 out of 10. Really, I should give it a 7, but, just maybe one or two more songs would have made this like an 8, 8.5. So, 6.5 out of 10. The future Justin Timberlake has been kind of strange. I think he was at Country Music Awards or something. And the social score. So this is going to get an 8 social, just because it had so many hits on it. And I would even go further to give it like a 9 out of 10 for the social score. And the social score is how it fares around others. Meaning, if you were to buy this and then have people listen to it with you, how well it would vibe with them. So I think pretty much, yeah, this is going to get like an 8.5 social. But can it be topped? I think the answer is probably, but this is still explosive. I mean, it's got enough hits to make people want to buy it. And really, you need to hear this. If you haven't heard it yet, if you're younger, whatever the case may be, Justin Timberlake really is a pretty avid, type individual. Normally, when you think of the R&B singers out now, it's just like he was pretty skilled at doing this. So I give this album a 6.5 out of 10 and an 8.5 out of 10 social.